Right, is this thing on? Right, good. So, this is just a quick... Random Ross here. And this is just a quick vlog. Because it's come to my attention that today is the 10th anniversary since Doctor Who came back onto our screens. So yeah, 10 years. 10 whole years. Can you believe that's already gone by? I mean, it's just insane. I mean, I can remember, like this time 10 years ago, getting ready to watch it, unaware of what's going to happen in it. I mean, I had very little knowledge of the show. I knew of it before it came back. So, it was something new for me. I mean, I do have very small, vivid memories of the TV movie, mainly just being freaked out by the regeneration scene from the 7th to the 8th Doctor. So, yeah. Doctor Who, as you know, started in 1963. It ran for 26 years, right up until 1989. The Doctor was played by 7 actors. William Hartnell, 1963 to 66. Patrick Troughton, 66 to 69. John Pertwee, 70 to 74. Tom Baker, 74 to 81. Peter Davison, 82 to 84. Colin Baker, 84 to 86. Sylvester McCoy, 87 to 89. And then in 1989 it got cancelled. So, my generation didn't really know much about the show as I was growing up because I grew up in the 90s. So it's like 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. There was no Doctor Who, but for one night only in 1996, Paul McGann starred as the 8th Doctor in a TV movie. And then, it weren't followed by a series, unfortunately. So then, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, 04. But that 2004 is when they started filming again. And then, this very day, 10 years ago, it returned to our screens starring Christopher Eccleston as the 9th Doctor. He only wanted to do one series, but in a way that was sort of good because we were a whole new generation of kids that didn't know what regeneration was, and it explained why there had been so many actors before. So that was, something great as well. That was mind blown. I was just fascinated by how the Doctor can change everything about himself yet remain the same person. So 2005 Christopher Eccleston came and went. 2005 Christmas special, David Tennant took over, and he stayed that way for about 4 years, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. The show took a break but had 4 specials on, and then 2010 the series returned, not with David Tennant but with Matt Smith, and Matt Smith has done 3 seasons, done 3 series, and left in 2013 at Christmas, which was a surprise when he announced it in the summer of 2013. And then Peter Capaldi took over and did series 8 and the last Christmas special. So basically a lot has happened in the 10 years since it returned. We've gone through 4 Doctors. We've had the 50th, like a big on-screen 50th anniversary special. We didn't have one in 2003 or 1993. I think we had documentaries in that marking its anniversary. But yes, the Day of the Doctor, which introduced us to the War Doctor, which is an incarnation between the 8th and 9th. And they brought Paul McGann back for his long-deserved regeneration for the 50th anniversary, which I thought was great. It was finally good to see his Doctor, his whole story, the whole regeneration happen. It took about 8 years for it all to sort of be explained, because to me, the 50th anniversary special, the Day of the Doctor, tied the loose ends for me, and for a lot of us as well. How the 9th Doctor was born, from the War Doctor's body wearing out from old age, the Bad Wolf, the Time War, blah-de-blah and stuff. And so, series 1 saw the return of the Autons and the Daleks. Series 2, we had the return of the Cybermen. These are classic monsters I'm referring to. Cybermen. Series 3, the Master. Series 4, the Daleks again and Davros. The specials, The End of Time, it featured the return of Rassilon, played by Timothy Dalton. And then Series 5, the Daleks. Series 6, I introduced the Silence. Series 7, Series 7, yep. The Great Intelligence. From the Great Intelligence were in the 60s, a Patrick Troughton story. And then Series 8 had the return of the Master. For the first time ever, he was a woman, so he became Missy. I think whenever they've considered an idea for the Doctor, they experimented with the Master. Because he was played by Eric Roberts in the 96 TV movie. And in 2013, when they were, making considerations for the Doctor, they were considering doing him a woman, but instead they didn't go with that. But they did go with it with the Master. So I think whatever they put into consideration, they try on the Master first. I think we are going to have a female Doctor, but it just won't be within the next few years or so. I think we probably have maybe one more regeneration of the Doctor as a man, then see what it's like with a woman. But I'm just thinking we probably have a better chance of the 13th Doctor being black. It's not racist or anything. I think we've got a better chance of the 13th Doctor being black than we do of a woman. I think we're going to have a female Doctor eventually. I don't know when. The show's just full of surprises. And, I've never lost interest in it at all. Not one bit. I've kept a big interest in it. I think it's because, when it starts to get a bit stale, the whole show has a makeover and regenerates itself. So, 10 years of new Doctor Who. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite Doctor of the new era is within the past 10 years. Me, it was, David Tennant. I liked Matt Smith. And I liked Peter Capaldi. I just liked all these Doctors. Christopher Eccleston and John Hurt and that. So, let me know what your favourite moment is. And, I think, that it's going to last at least another 10 years. So, I really do think that. And, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this. The big red subscribe button. I usually say, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you after this one. You probably get tired of me saying that. But, till next time, goodbye, friends.